Hi guys, welcome to tonight's flight of the evening as we're down in Schipnol with the lovely KLM in the 737-800, and we're going to be departing for runway 06 and we're going to be arriving for Luton Airport on runway 08 on the ILS. So should make do for a good flight today. Flight level of 290, and as you can see we're at the lovely KLM, the Royal Dutch Airlines. So we can get the aircraft set up and then we can taxi on out down to the runway and get in for a nice evening arrival down into London Luton. So don't forget to like and subscribe, leave your comments down below guys, and now let's get into the cockpit and start the aircraft up. Okay, so we're in the 737-800 now. So what we'll do is we'll go and turn our battery on and guarded, standby power is guarded, and ground power is on. We'll go to our BAT and ground power. We'll go over and do the IRSs. We'll get our panel lights on as well. We'll come down, we'll arm the emergency lights. We'll put our chimes on. Go ahead and start the APU. One pump, our engine starts to both. Go ahead and test our window heat. Turn them all on. With our probes, turn our trim hour on. With our packs, we'll turn the APU bleed on for when it comes to life. We're going for flight level of 290. And we've got a threshold elevation of 526. So just leave that at 5. Turn our anti-collision on. And now we'll go into the FMC and get the aircraft all aligned. So we'll go turn our panel lights on. Go ahead and get our ATIS for Schipnol. Send that off. We'll go to our so we're going to our positioning now. So we'll go Echo, Hotel, Alpha, Mike. Shove that in. Get that, and then the aircraft will come to life. So once we've done that, we can go in and get our route. So we'll put in EHAM, and we've got Luton. Okay, so what we can do now is we can get our departure on arrival. So we're going from runway 06 and we're going to take the Agorla to Romeo. We're going to go to Indice, and then I want to go to LOREL, and then from LOREL we're going to be coming in for the ILS of 08, and the LOREL that I want to take is the LOREL 1 Romeo, and we're coming in for the ILS of 08, and on our transitions we're going to transition straight through Luton, go straight over the runway and then turn around for 08. So we'll activate that up now. So we'll go ahead and get our perf. Okay, so we're going to our perf now, get that all set up, put our reserves of 1, cost of 50, flight level 290, which is cool. So we'll go ahead and get full takeoff. We'll go for flaps 5, which will give us a 144, a 145 and a 154, so we'll go ahead and bug that now. 154. .290. Get the flight directors on, good there, flight directors are on, everything's all stable. So what we'll do now is we'll go and turn our navigation and floodlights on. Go back into the FMC now, go and get our ATIS. So 070 at 08 and 1017. So got 070 at 08, which will verify takeoff speeds, nothing's changed. And on our altimeters we've got 1017. Which is checked. Go ahead and turn the first officer's panel light on. 22.5. Stick that in there. Okay, so everything now is all set. We'll put the auto brake to RTO. We can now go ahead and switch over the buses to the APU gen. We'll go ahead and put the yaw damper on. The electrics can go on now. We'll turn on our fuel, and everything else is all set. We'll get our pumps for the pack off, and now we're all ready to. Okay, so the tug's just now lifting us up, ready to go.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Thank you very much, sir. So now we go and kill the parking brake.
Here comes the pushback. Light 'em up.
Thank you very much. So we've got engine start switches to both packs are off. Everything's okay here, so we go for engine number 2. And put our strobes to steady. Okay, so what we'll do now is we'll go to engine number 1.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we'll go ahead and set the parking brake, which is set.
And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so what we can do now is we'll go switch over the buses. We'll go to the Gen 1, put our packs on, put our auto isolation valve to auto. We've got the APU bleed off with the APU, put our logo on, put our taxis on. We can tell him he can go, and we're all ready to go. Go ahead and do our systems check. So we've got full left, full right, full forward, full back, rudder right and rudder left, which is fine. And now we can go ahead and drop our flaps 5.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye bye. Okay, so flaps are down, auto brake set to RTO. I've got the taxi charts now. We're going to come out and turn right, so the brake's released, and now we can make our way down to runway 06. So we're going to come out of the terminal. We're going to turn a right onto Alpha. We'll cut a left to Alpha 8 and then run down Bravo. Okay, so we'll turn right here. Okay, we'll cut into Alpha 7 to bring us down onto Bravo. And now we'll turn on to Bravo. Okay, now we'll follow her down to the Romeo apron, and then we'll cross from Romeo Sierra and come down. So right now we'll just be passing the Sierra 4. Okay. So just following her down now. Go past the Sierra 3. Okay, so just passing the Romeo apron. Now here's our left turn at Sierra 1. Okay, so what we can do now is we'll turn our landing lights on, our runway turn-offs, we'll put our strobes on, wing and wheel well, and we'll ding the cabin, let them know that we're coming.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Okay, so here we are now, runway 06. There we go, we'll stop there. What we can quickly do is we'll change our headings and course for the runway, which is 057, 057 and 057. Okay, so we'll turn the LNAV and VNAV on now. Can start our clock. You know the drill, guys. Let's get the aircraft started. So one thing I want to do quick is I just want to set our trim, which is set, so we're all good to go now. So we'll go release the brake, we'll go to 45% and toga. Okay, airspeed alive.
80 knots.
Check. Throttle hold.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Okay, go
400.
to flaps 1. We'll make that left turn now. Just following the flight director as we now leave Schipnol. Check. And flaps can go up. Okay, so we wait for the flight director to spin left again. Climbing through 2004, so we can shut the gear off, go into our left turn and turn the auto brake off as well. There's our 250. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we'll change the Q&H's back. As we stay in with that left turn, and we'll go ahead and change the Q&H on either side now. And we'll come back to level off. Okay, so there we go. There's our departure out of Schipnol. Still flying the aircraft manually, going through 5,500 feet now. As we stay for our 250. Staying on track. Now sometimes it's good to fly the aircraft out manually, because you can get a feel for the aircraft, etc., of what's going on. So just ease back on the control column a little as we get ready to go for that left turn now. As we say goodbye to Amsterdam. Winds are quite nice, not too bad. No turbulence as of yet. Passing through 8,000 now. Aircraft stable. As we now head over the ocean to come back into England. Okay, so there's a 251. Just leave up a little bit, just to stabilise. You can use your trim. What we'll do is we'll turn our landing lights off, our runway turn-offs, taxis can go off as well, and we'll turn our wheel well, tow the cabin, and
please continue to observe the fasten seatbelt sign until the captain has switched it off. We do recommend for your comfort and safety that you keep your seatbelt securely fastened throughout your flight. There is a call bell reading light and fresh air vent in the panel just above your head, and we'd like to remind you that this is a strictly non-smoking flight, and all toilets are fitted with smoke detectors. We invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight with us.
Okay, so this is what the aircraft would naturally do now. It would pitch down to speed up. As we just make that left turn around, crossing over for the ocean. Okay, slowly bring the aircraft back round to centre line. And now I'm happy, so what we can do is we can go and activate the autopilot. Now the aircraft has full control until we get to our top of descent. And our top of descent is all the way up there. Right now we're just following the flight path, and that's how it's going to go. So now it's time for our takeoff cinematics. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you all in just a minute when we get to our top of descent, ready to come in for Luton Airport on the ILS for runway 08. So I'll see you in a minute. Hey guys, welcome back to the flight deck. As you can see now, we're just coming around here to London now, so start to lower the MCP altitude back to 2000, which is where we're going to intercept for the ILS into runway 08. We'll come through from 3000 and then come round. We've just passed Idisi, so we can now start to get ready as we just approach our top of descent. It's coming for London Luton Airport and should be a nice one. So at 29,000 feet, we're just getting ready to come in. Okay, so now we're going to start to descend down from flight level 290. Open the speed brakes. Okay, so we're dragging back in now. Now the aircraft's furthest descent profile. So now follow that. So we can start now preparing the aircraft ready for landing. So we'll go and get our winds first, see what's going on down in Luton Airport. Coming down for 290 and we'll hit Abbott in 30 miles. So we'll make that left turn, come round by Buster to hit our star for LOREL, and then we'll go straight through the airport at the Luton transition and then come around and do a 180 back round for the ILS onto runway 08. Okay, so we should have our ATIS by now. So QNH is 1016 and winds is 080 at 07, so that's fine. We can do flaps 40. So go ahead now onto our thing. We'll go flaps 40 for a 147. The ILS is 10915 and we've got a course of 075 degrees. So we'll put the 075 degrees in now. 5. And the 278, which will then turn to the 266. Just send through 2003. So what we'll do now is we'll get the QNHs set in 016. Is done, which is checked. So let's go and get the barrows now for Luton. So for the ILS, we've got 720 for a 200 decision. Open up speed brakes. Okay, 720 is checked. And 720 on first officer side is also checked. So we've got the barrow, do an auto brake of number 3 as we now descend through 21,000. So we're taking the LOREL Romeo star in, we'll transition straight over Luton Airport and then we'll backtrack on the 079 to come back in on the 076. Now the FMC has a 075, on the charts is a 076, so we'll run with the FMC today, see what it does. We'll find out anyway on the ILS, it will say if it's off course. So go ahead and put the ILS nabs in as well, 10915, 10915, and we've got a 10915, which is armed. So just going through 18,000 now, as we're going to start to decel just before we get to Buster, and then you'll see we'll get to LOREL, run straight down, and then come back in for the ILS from runway 08. So engine start switches can go to continuous. Put our seatbelts on now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched on the fasten seatbelt sign. We'd like to ask you to return to your seats and ensure your seatbelts are securely fastened. This should be done through walking or standing in the cabin aisle, and the using stowed as long as permitted. Thank you.
Okay, so we're just coming up near to Abbott, and once we pass Abbott we should really be at 240 now, but we'll wait until we cross, we'll just wait until the decel, as it's not going to really delay us too much. If we want to just basically keep control, what we could do is we could just slow down to 270, execute that off, open up speed brakes, and then that will just give us a lower descent rate, and basically it won't be too much of a drag once we slow to 240. So just passing Abbott now for Tabis. So into 270. Okay, so speed brakes can go back in. The aircraft to use a lower descent rate now, as we're not going as fast as we was before. Make that right turn now as we head to Buster, and then we'll turn a left for LOREL. Just passing through 13,500 feet now. Transition altitude 6,000. So just coming down now, not too far from Buster, 13 miles out from Buster, and what we can do now is we'll arm the ILS's. As we have a 109 or 15075 course. We're now on the 290, which is checked. We'll start to decel now. We'll just tell it to decel anyway, so that will block out the decel. Now we'll slow to 240 now. Just approaching 11,500 feet. Once we go under 10,000, then we'll put our landing lights on and we'll do our approach checklist. Okay, so we're at 240 now. Speed brakes can go back in. We'll turn our landing lights on, our runway turn offs with our taxis and our wheel well, and we'll tell them that we've put on the seat belts ready for landing. Okay, so Kemba Crew's just told the passengers to prepare for landing, so we'll go ahead and do our approach checklist. So we've got our altimeter setting, which is set at 1016, which is cross-checked on either side. The altitude for our approach is 2,000 feet to intercept the ILS on the localizer. We have a 109.15 for our frequency, which is checked. Our V-card approach speed rev, which is a flaps 40, a 147 plus 5 for a 152. Minimums barrel, which is set at 720, and that's for a 200-foot decision. Taxi lights auto, and flaps and speed brakes, everything will be armed when we come down on the full approach. So, approach checklist complete, and we're all ready to go. And for the ILS procedures, we've got nav 102, which is set at 109.15. First officer's ILS course is set, and then with the localizers established, we'll go into the VOR lock. and then we'll wait for the glide path. Once the glide is established with the vertical magenta diamond, we'll hit the approach, and if we're coming in for the auto land, then we'll come in and hit the CMDB 2. So there's Luton right there in front of us, Luton Airport, as we're going to run straight over 26. So we're then going to cross over the side, go straight over to transition Luton Airport, and then come back around. Just descending through 8,000 feet now. So everything's all set, the ILSs are in, just waiting to come. Got the auto brake set to number 3. Everything's all good, and we're nice and stable, ready for the approach in. Go and make that right turn from LOREL now for Luton. And we're going max 30. So there's Luton Airport right in front of us. We're just descending now through 6,500 feet. Lovely evening arrival. It wasn't a bad flight. It's actually quite nice. It's a short flight. It's not very long at all. As you can see, look, 31 minutes, give or take, for when we set up before. Yeah, around just under an hour flight, so it's not bad. So, start zooming in now on our fix. There's our 240, and we won't need to slow down until we hit the Luton. We'll go to below 220. So speed brakes are armed. Slowly creeping. Okay. So just coming straight over now. Okay. So we're going to start to slow below 220. And we'll level off at 3,000 feet, and then once we go in for the turn, then we'll descend down to 2,000. And by then we'll all be set for the intercept for the localizer. So here's the Luton transition as we go over the airport.
$2,500.
Check. As we're going to come down to 2,000 now.
$1,000 to go.
Check. So just descending now to 220. Let's start to bring the controls over. Okay, so now we're going to make that left turn. We're going to go over the downs, and then we're going to come back around to intercept for the localizer. So there's our 2000 with our flaps up speed 198, and then once we come round on the bend then we'll go to a 193. Okay, so flaps are armed. We'll start dropping the flaps. We've got the speed brake which is armed as well. Got a little bit of wind all over the place right now. So we're just waiting basically for us to come back round, get the localizer to establish, then we'll hit the VOR lock. Get the aircraft all ready to come in. Auto brake set to number 3, the ILS is a 10915 and the course is 075. Making a lovely right turn. Then once we come around the bend, go to a 173. So we're just waiting for the localizer needle to drop over to the left. Okay, so there's the localizer needle. Now what we can do is we'll go ahead and activate the VOR lock. And once we're established, we'll then go to flaps 5. Oh, there's our flaps 5. There's the glide path, so put the approach on. Single channel, so gear down, flaps 15. Okay, go to flaps 30. And we'll hit our flaps 40. Okay, flaps are down, speed brakes are armed. I'm going to disconnect the autopilot and disconnect the auto throttle, so I have control of the aircraft now. Okay, keeping it nice and stable now.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. 300.
Continue.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Hey, speed brakes are up and reversers are active. Okay, speed brakes and reversers can go back in. Okay, so there we are now. Down in Luton Airport. So we'll taxi off the runway now. Okay, just slow down a minute. There we go. So what we do is we turn the auto brake off, turn our landing lights off, runway turn offs, taxis can stay on, strobes can go to steady, and we'll keep the wheel on anyway. Everything's okay here, so we can now power on up. And there we are guys, down in Luton Airport. Sorry for the Ryanair, I need to change that. But I hope you enjoyed the landing, as we now taxi back to the gate, as we've got our landing cinematics as well, which should be fun. So don't forget to like and subscribe guys, and leave your comments down below, and I'll see you all when we taxi back to the gate. So stay tuned and I'll see you in a minute. And there we are, guys, down in London Luton Airport for the flight of the night. Hope you enjoyed the flight. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all very soon. Don't forget we've got the wing view landing now to come, so stay tuned for that, and I'll see you on our next available flight. So take care for now, guys. Bye bye.